Okay, so ready to dive into a story about resilience.
Always.
All right, perfect. Um, Today we're looking at the film Vindication Swim, which came out in 2024.
Okay.
It's a biographical drama,
hmm
um, and it's all about Mercedes Gleitze, the first British woman to swim the English Channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing. If
Yeah.
you're using a review from Movie Kiteka, it's a pretty good one.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it seems like this film is so much more than just a sports story. It's got this really cool um, conflict between her battling the channel, like the actual water,
hmm
and then all the societal barriers in 1920s Britain.
Oh, interesting. So, like, what kind of barriers are we talking about here?
Well, it was the 1920s, and a woman trying to do this incredibly challenging thing. I mean, can you imagine the frigid water, the currents, the sheer exhaustion?
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Right. And then on top of that, she has to deal with all this skepticism and disbelief just because she's a woman.
It's like the swim itself is a metaphor for, like, a bigger struggle.
Exactly. And the review really picks up on that. They praise Kirsten Callaghan, who plays Mercedes Gleitze, for her unyielding determination.
I love that.
Yeah, and it makes you think it's not just about reaching France, across the channel.
Right.
It's about proving her strength in a world that just didn't believe she could do it.
Yeah, a world that underestimated her.
Totally. And to make it even tougher, she has this rivalry with another swimmer, Edith Gade. Gade actually tries to discredit what Gleitze accomplished, so Gleitze has to fight for her legacy. Do you think Gade was a good swimmer?
I mean, it makes you wonder, right? Was Gade really like a villain, or was she just, a product of her time?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like maybe she felt threatened by Gleitz's success.
Yeah, because of the societal expectations of women back then.
Exactly. It wasn't just a personal rivalry. It was like this commentary on how society felt about women at the time.
It's like some people just weren't ready for a woman to do something so physically and mentally tough.
Yeah.
And speaking of tough, the review really talks about how grueling the channel swim is. That icy water battling the currents for hours on end.
Yeah.
I bet the film really immerses you in just how hard it was physically for Gleitze.
Oh, the review mentioned that the cinematography is amazing. Like, they really capture the danger and the beauty of the English Channel.
I can imagine that would add a lot to the film.
Yeah, definitely.
The review also raves about the whole cast. John Locke as Gleitz's coach,
Yeah.
Victoria Summer as Gade, and even Douglas Hodge and James Wilby. They're all in it.
Wow.
And the director, Elliott Hasler, he's supposed to be really good at balancing the big epic scale of the swim with the personal drama of Gleitz's journey. Plus, they filmed in the actual locations, Brighton, Eastbourne, Hastings.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine being in those spots, knowing what happened there?
Yeah, it must have been amazing for the actors.
I bet it added something special to the performances.
hmm
This is where Vindication Swim goes beyond just a sports movie. It's about the human spirit, about never giving up.
Right, and about challenging the norms.
Exactly, and demanding recognition for your accomplishments.
These are themes that everyone can relate to no matter what time period you're from.
Absolutely. So it sounds like I should definitely watch Vindication Swim.
If you want a film that's inspiring and visually stunning, you should.
Perfect, I'm sold.
It really makes you think, though. How would people today react to Gleitz's story compared to back then?
Interesting.
Have we really changed as a society? Do we recognize and celebrate achievements, regardless of gender?
That's a really good question.
Something to think about after watching the film.
I will definitely be pondering that.
Awesome.
Well, this has been a great discussion. Thanks for diving in with me.
Anytime. I enjoyed it.
Until next time.
See you then.